Right Honourable Speaker, the issue of human rights of prisoners has come here very many times, and this House, we are the ears and eyes of the public, and so we can't continue debating as usual as if we don't know that the rights of Ugandans in prisons are being infringed upon. The issue of Dr. Besigye has come here many times. Pictures of Besigye looking frail, sickly, are awash in the media and out there. And therefore, as Parliament, we need to be seen to do something, to take a decision on this issue. And so, as a matter of procedure, Right Honourable Speaker, I don't know whether we can use our powers. We have parliamentary committees on human rights to understand exactly what is happening in Luzira prison in respect to Dr. Besigye and other prisoners. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. The issue of Dr. Besigye, this is an issue, I think Honourable Atkins yesterday raised the same. And I confirmed today the Attorney General has received the answer, and I talked to him and he confirmed that on Tuesday he will be ready to come and respond to the issues as they were raised. So, yes, Honourable Basalirwa.
Madam Speaker, I want to thank you. There are two issues here. When the Honourable Ssemuju raised the issue of the arrest of Dr. Besigye, the kidnapping in the real terms, government undertook to come and make a statement, and that is the statement, Right Honourable Speaker, you are referring to. The Attorney General was here yesterday, and he said he would make the statement today. The issue being raised by Honourable Francis Mwijuke is very different. It's about the rights of prisoners, specifically Dr. Besigye. You recall the Minister for Internal Affairs, General David Mhozi, was here giving an explanation which, in our view, was very unsatisfactory. Right Honourable Speaker, Mwijuke has been to Luzira as a political prisoner. I have been to Luzira as a political prisoner. Ssemuju there has been to prison as a political prisoner. A good number of us this side, I have been there as political prisoners. What is happening now in Luzira of subjecting Dr. Besigye to cage discussion? You are this way, there is a cage, is that side, is completely alien in Luzira. Anybody who has been there knows. So, Right Honourable Speaker, the issue we wanted to understand is whether there is a policy shift in as far as visiting and interacting with the prisoners is concerned, especially with regard to Dr. Besigye. That is the issue, Right Honourable Speaker, that perhaps, and not the Attorney General, the Minister for Internal Affairs should come and state whether there is a policy shift. Because since time immemorial, we've been going to Luzira, we've been there as prisoners, and we've been interacting with the people who come to visit us, not in a caged form, but in a free environment. Right Honourable Speaker, if Dr. Besigye dies in prison, God forbid, it will send a very bad signal on this institution. Very bad. That something happened, we were around and we didn't speak out. I wouldn't like, Right Honourable Speaker, to be under your tenure that a leading opposition politician, who, by the way, as we celebrate 39 years of the NRM, one of the people who brought this government in power, that is dying in the regime he facilitated to come to power. It will be really very unfortunate. So, Right Honourable Speaker, you can do us a lot of service if you authorize the necessary committee of Parliament to visit Luzira and undertake an investigation on this matter and come and report. Parliament would have discharged this obligation. I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Lob.
Right, Honourable Speaker, it's good that now we have government present. I was in the office attending to a couple of engagements, but I was following. But my space was not vacant. The Chief Opposition Whip was present and the rest of the team. That's how governments operate. It's very important that we be that organized. So yes, specific ministers or the Prime Minister might be away, but government should take Parliament serious. So when I saw the adjournment for 20 minutes, I was disappointed that for the umpteenth time, because we have done this several times, that you get disappointed and frustrated, the front bench is vacant, you suspend the House. But now that government is back, Right Honourable Speaker, I don't want to think that the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs is trying to dodge these critical issues that we are raising of human rights violations. The Deputy Attorney General was here yesterday. He told us he had written to Parliament to get information of the concerns we raised about Dr. Kizza Besigye. And he was meant to give us feedback. Now they are all absent. Honourable Speaker, government is now present. And government is the one detaining Dr. Kizza Besigye. So government should be able to be answerable to this issue. Honourable Speaker, what happens if the Attorney General is called again next week on Tuesday to State House or wherever for an urgent, I don't know what? Does government not remain present? Because government is here and it is represented and they should be answerable to these issues. Honourable Speaker, we were here paying tribute to Honourable Segirinya and we raised concerns about how this House let down Honourable Segirinya. He was denied bail. We raised those concerns. The presiding officers, he told us, those are matters of court. We said, but the man is sick. Eventually, he was granted bail. He was rearrested outside prisons. We brought the matter here, Right Honourable Speaker. As presiding officers, he told us that matter is in court. But we let the man down. He eventually died because we could not stand up for one of our own. Right Honourable Speaker, are we waiting for you to announce to us that Dr. Kizza Besigye, former, because he was in the Constituent Assembly, former minister and all these different things, then you tell us to stand up, observe a moment of silence, to pay tribute to him? Are we waiting for that? Because even Tuesday, one of the concerns about Dr. Kizza Besigye is food. The last we checked, they have denied him food from his family because he has concerns and he's entitled to that. Any day that passes by without these issues being addressed, it puts his life in jeopardy. Are we waiting for that very critical time when tables have turned and then we are here saying all manner of things, rest in peace? Right, Honourable Speaker, we have let down too many people. Let's not let down Dr. Kizza Besigye as well.
Thank you. Honourable Ssemuju.
Mr. Speaker, when we are talking about matters of rights, I see no appetite from the NRM to participate. The other day you saw how Honorable Akamba was arrested, not even like a chicken thief. Grabbed. The tendency from my experience here is for our colleagues from NRM to think violations are limited to us. I told you here at the beginning of this parliament, I was in B2 in Maxon, where former Vice President Gilbert Bukenya had been a resident, where the Honorable Jim Mwezi had been a resident, the Honorable Mike Mukula, Vice Chairman of NRM, had been a resident. You need to understand how President Museveni works. Many of you, one by one, you will find yourself in prison. You can sit here comfortably because they are talking about Besigye, his opposition. That Besigye we are talking about was the one treating Museveni. Nearly Museveni died in Ruwero. But Besigye treated him. This is how he's paying him. This is how he will pay you. You can pretend.
Thank you, Ssemuju, for giving way. When we were passing the Public Order Management Act, that time, I remember the architects thought it was going to apply to members on this side. But as fate would have it, the architects of that law were the first victims.
Thank you very much. In fact, I was grabbed from here and dragged by police for protesting. The Honorable Mamambas complained here why I was not taken to the disciplinary committee of Parliament. I saw him on TV being grabbed by the collar in Ginger. So this is a very serious matter. When rights are, that's universal. Mr. Speaker, I raised here the issue of Dr. Besigye being kidnapped from Nairobi, where he had gone to attend the book launch of the Honorable Martha Karua. That is more than, it was on December, it was November. 2 months later, the statement hasn't been brought. The Honorable Mwijuke is raising the issue of continuing to violate his rights even when he's in prison. The Attorney General has been summoned, the Deputy, I don't know, has gone where, and all these good people are just looking at us. So why are you in government if you are of no value to Parliament? That they are raising issues. I have seen the Honorable Nankabirwa here when she was Chief Whip. Every matter you raised, she would excuse herself for 5 minutes and she brings an answer. Today they are all seated. Wait for your day.
Honorable colleagues, number one, I want first clarify. It's very unfortunate that we give you a platform to speak. Then you accuse it, you use it to accuse Parliament that we are not speaking. But who speaks for Parliament? It's you. It's you. This is number two. I don't know whether you want me. Okay, I think we can pick Honorable Kor. Honorable, who you go, you raid Ruzira, you pick out a person on behalf of Parliament, and then it goes on record Parliament we did. You know? Huh? Oh, sorry, not Akor. Akor is a dangerous one, we shouldn't involve him. Okay? I would send Honorable Zake. Then instead of Akor. Because, now, so, honorable colleagues, we have, I remember the time of Honorable Segirinya, which you're talking about. Honorable here, Mpuga, came here, presented a comparing case, and we sent a committee. So, on this one, what I'm going to do, and I want to clarify for the Attorney General, we gave an assignment to the Attorney General and Finance on NDP4, and their meeting was today. He briefed me because they have issues which we raised here that must be concluded upon. It's the Deputy Attorney General who has sent me to the President over some matters. So what I'm going to do, since they are coming on Tuesday to present a statement with regard to what Honorable Atkins was talking about yesterday, I have consulted with the Chairperson Committee on Human Rights. Let the Committee on Human Rights go visit Dr. Besigye tomorrow. Okay, and they make a report which should come on Tuesday, so that once we are debating the statement from government, we also debate a statement, the report of the committee. Honorable Nankabirwa, I hope, colleague, that settles us for now. Yes, let us send the committee, and then tomorrow, it will go tomorrow, and report back on Tuesday.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I'm standing here to really apologize on behalf of my colleagues who were not available when the House started. We will try as much as possible to make sure that we get more coordinated, such that at least every ministry is represented in the House. Secondly, I have listened to my colleagues who in their submissions were hitting on a matter that supposing Dr. Kizza Besigye dies. I just want to stand here and declare that we are going to pray. Yes. Yes. We pray for Dr. Kizza Besigye. I seek for your protection. Yes.
Honourable Minister, you're on record. The rest are not on record.
Okay. I am just standing here as Canon Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa to declare that we shall pray that God protects Dr. Kizza Besigye and that justice be done unto him, I am going to speak to my colleagues. I have listened what the colleagues have raised, such that come Tuesday, a satisfying answer is given to this House regarding Dr. Kizza Besigye's plea. I wanted to be on record that we will pray. God forbid, because I've listened to leader of opposition talking about, supposing he dies, God knows what will happen. But my prayer is that Dr. Kizza Besigye is safe and that justice is done.
Thank you. Now, Chairman Committee on Human Rights, I think you've picked what the members were raising. Your focus tomorrow will be limited to the detention condition, because they are saying he's denied of his rights. They have put special conditions on him and all that. Okay? So we want to know whether Dr. Besigye is not being held under conditions that are similar to other procedures that are used in the prison. Thank you. Procedure, Honorable Mpuga.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm raising a procedural issue because I didn't want to convolute the debate that has been concluded. But as a matter of reminder to the House, that the time you gave the Minister of Defense and Internal Affairs, these two ministers, to come and report on the missing 18 has since lapsed. The time was given in November. May you compel them to report next week on the same matter so that we handle them concurrently, Right Honorable Speaker?
Sure. Next item, Sonia Atkins. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I really want to thank you for your leadership, because the leadership is the ability to identify a problem and prescribe a solution before it becomes a crisis. Mr. Speaker, sir, this morning, somebody that was following up what I've been raising and other colleagues, this morning it is a member here. For privacy, I'm not really gonna sound out her name. Was in a hospital yesterday, in prison, and had a chance to get to Luzira. I'm meant to understand that Dr. Besigye had a health condition yesterday and it was throwing out blood. I appreciate that the committee and the leadership of the committee will go to Luzira hospital, prison tomorrow, but I want to be sure, because everything else, Mr. Speaker, can wait, but not life. I want to be sure that when the committee membership go to Luzira, they'll find my president, Dr. Besigye, alive. In that matter, I want, Mr. Speaker, if it pleases you, that you provide a leadership that a medical team recommended by Dr. Besigye's family himself go check on my president in Luzira, so that we have the assurance that the committee membership will find my leader alive. Mr. Speaker, sir, I really appreciate your leadership on that. Thank you.
Thank you. So, honorable colleagues, you see, we are seated in positions of responsibility and power, but there is where we stop. Really, my authority here stops somewhere. I don't think I have the authority to order that doctors recommended by the family should go, and I think what we've done, honorable colleagues, the Committee on Human Rights has both opposition and government side, okay, and the ruling side. And I really, really have hope. Dr. Besigye has survived the road. I don't think he will just die tonight, okay? Let's pray for him. Let's pray for him. We all wish him the best. So the best we can do is to ensure that indeed our committee goes there tomorrow. And whatever they find, we shall be in touch with the committee and the leadership of government. If there is anything urgent which the committee finds, they will link up with me immediately and we shall interlink with the executive to see which action can be taken. Colleagues, really, on this matter, I request we go. But it's a matter you've ruled upon.
Mr. Speaker, my fear, your ruling seemed to limit the Committee on Human Rights. When Council Aaron Chiza was dragged and beaten, I was happy when I saw the tweet attributed to Honorable Fox. I am only praying that you don't limit them. They need to look at all the issues surrounding this matter. If you get lawyers beaten the way, and he was very angry in his tweet, can you allow them to go beyond just the prison, in accordance with the rules, so that they deal with all these issues?
You see, you are going to open it, and the committee will request for 45 days. For 30 days. We have an urgent matter, which you've brought here. You have said Besigye, Dr. Besigye is caged. You have said Dr. Besigye is denied food from his own people and medication. And you're saying this is contrary to prison procedures. Okay? So, and we are saying no, committee go verify that quickly. Then if the committee finds they need to go beyond that scope, they will come and report back here on Tuesday, and we can allow them to go beyond. Oh, yes, Honorable Segona, finally.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I am very happy with your guidance. Very, very happy. And I'm not revisiting that. I only want to join Canon Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa in prayer that people who behave inhuman come back to God. Number two, Mr. Speaker, with regard to the issue raised by the Honorable Matthias Mpuga of the missing 18, I was again happy with your ruling and guidance. But being a slave of the law, I just wanted to invite you to find pleasure in revisiting and make the order more positive and instructive, because your answer was sure, and in the rules there will be difficulty on the part of Dr. Nankabirwa, who is going to communicate with her absent or ever delinquent colleagues, and also for the handset. May I invite you to direct that the ministers come here on Tuesday and bring a report on the missing 18, some of whom we understand have lost their eyes, one has lost his limb. And if I'm telling a lie, let them be produced with their eyes and limbs. Thank you very much.
Sure. Let the minister come on Tuesday, okay? On Tuesday, so that we can handle these issues, okay? And we have them out of the way since they are interrelated. Sure. Next item.
Item 5 on the order paper. Motion that the House to resolve itself into a committee of supply to consider supplementary expenditure schedule number 1 for the financial 2024-2025 pursuant to Article 156(2) of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Section 25 of the Public Finance Management Act 2015, and Rule 153 of the Rules of Procedure.
Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move a motion that the House resolves itself into a committee of supply to consider the supplemental expenditure schedule number 1 for financial year 2024-2025 pursuant to Article 156